Hello, I'm Brent Shiratori, and this is Idea Marketing. B2B deals take months. They involve multiple decision makers, and most of them die in the quiet gaps between touch points. Map the journey right, and you'll stay top of mind, shorten your sales cycles, and lift conversions. Ignore it, and you'll waste your time on activities that don't actually get you closer to closing the deal. In this video, I'll walk you through what a B2B customer journey could look like and why it matters more now than ever. A step-by-step framework you can run with your team this week. How to capture the thoughts, feelings, and elevation moments at each stage. And quick wins you can implement right away. Let me start with the basics. In B2B, the customer journey is a sequence of stages that buyers go through from the moment they first learn about your company all the way to purchase and continuing to service them as ongoing clients. As opposed to consumer journeys, it's much longer, more complex, and often much more competitive, which is why formally mapping each stage is critical. When you map the journey, you reveal where momentum stalls. The moments where buyers get stuck in analysis paralysis or just drift away because nobody guided them to the right step. That visibility lets you design pathways that create actual progress at every single stage. The average B2B buyer's journey can be up to 60 discrete touch points. That's 60 opportunities to either advance a deal or lose it in the noise. But what makes it even more perplexing is that decisions are often still emotional, even in B2B. Even when someone's evaluating enterprise software or compliance solutions, what buyers really want are confidence, certainty, and the feeling that they did thorough due diligence. Your job is to create those feelings at every stage. So let's talk about how to build your B2B customer journey framework. There are 5 key elements for every stage of the journey, and I'm going to show you exactly how to map each one. First, the stage itself. While there may be numerous touch points, most B2B journeys break into 5 main stages: awareness, consideration, decision, onboarding, and retention. You might call them something different at your company, and that's fine. The point is to name them clearly so everyone on your team knows what you're talking about. Second, thoughts. What questions are buyers asking at this exact moment? What doubts are keeping them up at night? These aren't assumptions. You get this by actually asking your sales team what prospects say on calls. Third is touch points. This is where you list everything: your website, product demos, email sequences, meetings, webinars, support interactions, social content, events, the whole stack. Then you look for gaps. Places where a buyer needs something to move forward that you may not be giving to them yet. Fourth, desired feelings. What emotion do you want to create at this stage? In awareness, maybe it's curiosity. In consideration, it's certainty. At decision, confidence. During onboarding, relief. And at retention, trust. This is where most B2B companies fail. They map the logic but forget the emotion. And fifth, retention. But I want you to think about this differently than simply what you do to keep a client. What can you do to make them want to never leave you? I borrowed this concept from books like Unreasonable Hospitality and The Power of Moments. It's a surprise that makes someone tell their colleague, "You won't believe what this company did." Here's how it ties to strategy. This framework turns random tactics into a coherent system that advances the deal. Instead of just tracking contact activity, you're crafting the journey to take them from prospect to loyal customer. Let me give you an example from the consideration stage. The desired feeling there is certainty. So to take it to the next level, your offer might be a 48-hour custom-tailored pilot recap with a short personalized video from your customer success manager, summarizing insights and next steps. You could probably put that together in less than an hour, but it gives them confidence that you actually understand their business. Okay, here's how you actually build the customer journey. I recommend running a 90-minute mapping workshop with people from marketing, sales, customer success, and product. Get everyone in the same room, virtual or physical. You need multiple perspectives to see the full picture. Step 1, define your buying group and common purchase scenarios. Summarize your ideal customer profile. Then list the 3 most common triggers that start the buying journey. Maybe it's a new compliance rule that forces a technology change. Maybe it's a merger. Maybe it's hitting a growth ceiling with current tools. Write them down. This aligns your messaging to real moments that start the journey. Don't guess. Document the reality. Step 2, draft your stages and define success milestones for each one. A milestone is the one thing that proves progress happened. For awareness, maybe it's getting a qualified lead with clear buying intent. For consideration, it could be a demo with the full buying group present. For decision, an approved business case. For onboarding, it could be time to value in under 30 days. For retention, identifying the next opportunity. These milestones become your navigation system. They tell you if a deal is actually moving or just stalling in place. Step 3, capture the exact thoughts and objections buyers have at each stage. Ask your sales team to list the questions prospects ask, word for word. How does this integrate with our data warehouse? What happens if we need to scale quickly? How long does implementation really take? This becomes your content backlog in priority order. Every question is a piece of content you need to create. A 2-minute SOP video, a scaling case study, a 1-pager on your implementation timeline. Step 4, map all your current touchpoints and circle the gaps. List every asset, every interaction, every automated email. Then look for the blank spaces, the moments where a buyer needs something to move forward, but you're giving them nothing. Here's an example. Let's say there's no technical validation asset between your demo and the security review. That's a gap. Solution? Just create a 1-pager for IT security teams with their certifications, data flow diagrams, and penetration test summary. That one asset can cut weeks from your sales cycle. Step 5, define the desired feeling for each stage. I already mentioned this, but let's get specific. Awareness equals curiosity. You want them intrigued. Consideration equals certainty. They need to believe you're the right choice. Decision equals confidence. They need to feel safe signing the contract. Onboarding equals relief. They want to know this won't be painful. And retention equals trust. They're ready to invest more because you've proven yourself. To create confidence at the decision stage, maybe you add a risk reversal clause, like a limited time money back guarantee. Or you could include a slide showing the named rollout team that they're going to be working with. Little things like that remove fear. Step 6, design elevation moments. This is where you borrow from hospitality and psychology. After a high-stakes demo, send a 3-minute personalized video recap the same day. Include a tailored project plan 1-pager. That level of responsiveness tells them you're different. Or during onboarding, surprise them with a welcome kit that includes a 30-day success checklist and a direct line to their customer service rep. These don't have to be expensive, but they'll be seen as very thoughtful. Step 7, assign owners and define metrics. Who owns what? Marketing owns content, sales owns the customer relationship, and remember, the metrics you track should actually indicate if what you're doing is working, not just vanity metrics, like time to value, stage-to-stage conversion rates, win rates by segment, and ongoing revenue. Now let's talk about personalization and feedback. You need both to keep your journey map accurate and relevant. Mix qualitative interviews with system data. Have your sales team log buyer questions directly into CRM fields that map to journey stages. You can even use AI to cluster those objections and recommend the next best piece of content. Run a monthly retrospective where you review stage conversion rates, highlight friction points, and commit to shipping 1 fix per stage. Have your sales team ask buyers what they're thinking at each step. Write down the exact words they use. Then use those words in your messaging. Stop making up what you think they care about. Just listen and echo back what they actually say. Personalization increases relevance without bloating your cost. And you don't need to create infinite variations. Focus on creating smarter paths based on real behavior and real feedback. All right, let's talk about what not to do when building a customer journey, because I see companies make the same mistakes over and over again. Pitfall number 1, tracking touches instead of designing progress. You count emails sent, demos delivered, meetings held, but none of that matters if deals aren't moving. The fix? Define one clear progress milestone per stage and measure how many prospects actually hit it. Pitfall 2, one and done maps. You create the journey map in a workshop, everyone claps, and then it sits in a slide deck forever. The fix? Quarterly updates and a standing cross-functional review meeting. Pitfall 3, all logic, no emotion. You map the rational steps, but ignore how people actually feel. The fix? Add desired feelings at every stage and design at least one elevation moment per stage. Make it memorable. And Pitfall 4, generic content. Writing blog posts and white papers that sound like they could work for anyone in the industry. The fix? Build a content calendar tied to the exact questions buyers often ask at each stage. Make it specific, useful, and instantly applicable to their situation. And now let me leave you with 4 quick wins you can do this week that don't require the full mapping workshop. Quick win 1. Ship a decision stage FAQ that answers the top 7 objections from your recent deals. Just ask your sales team what objections keep coming up, and then write clear answers and put it on your website. Quick win 2. Add a 2-minute ROI explainer to every proposal. Show them the math, make it visual, help them justify the investment internally. Quick win 3. Create a same-day demo recap template. Outcomes covered, risks identified, next steps outlined. Send it within hours of the demo while everything's fresh. And quick win 4. Build an onboarding welcome kit email with a 30-day success checklist. Show them exactly what to expect and how to get value fast. Those 4 things will improve your journey immediately. You don't need permission, you don't need budget, you just need to do them. Look, 90% of B2B companies fail at customer journey mapping or don't do them at all. Most of them fail because they track activity instead of designing progress. But companies that get this right see 40% better retention in the first 90 days. They see conversion rates improve by over 130%. The difference is in intentionality. You now have a framework. You know the 5 elements to map. You know the 7 steps to run a workshop. And you've got quick wins you can ship this week. So now all that's left is for you to actually do it. If you found this valuable, go watch my video on marketing messaging frameworks. It's the perfect complement to what we covered today. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that now. I publish a new video every week on marketing strategy that actually works. Remember, you don't need to buy more ads when you have better ideas.